The 12 Months of Harmony storybook series is a collaboration between Tonkin and Elaine Parke. Elaine is the visionary behind the award-winning 12 Habits of Unity book and media campaign. Her pioneering work has proven to have a positive impact on personal and community growth. The 12 Months of Harmony series brings the magic of colorful storytelling to the uplifting of love and harmony in the world.
Hi, I'm Deborah D. Tonkin, and I'm the creator of two interconnected storybook series, Nana D and Ari, and the 12 Months of Harmony. There's two series, but there's one vision. The purpose of the books is to bring a magical understanding to complex abstract ideas such as the science of nature, universal values, and bring them into a format that's simple and entertaining for young readers and adults alike. The 12 Months of Harmony series began with a collaboration with Elaine Parke. And Elaine is the visionary behind the 12 Habits of Unity. It's an award-winning book and campaign that is based on community building, character building. I have really enjoyed working with Elaine. Elaine is here from West Virginia, visiting Maine, and we've been having a delightful time. We work together, we collaborate together, and now we've been just having a marvelous time. So welcome to Maine, Elaine.
Thank you. Thank you, Dee. This is just so exciting for me because this beautiful Maine landscape forms the magical backdrop for all of the 12 Months of Harmony books. So to be here myself personally in this wonderful landscape, as far as I'm concerned, I was a woman who grew out of a deeply wounded childhood, and I was dedicated. And also, I met Leo Russel, who had an Age of Character clubs as part of the Walter Russell series, and I wanted to. And she asked me. I met her personally. And she asked me to create a way to bring character and good values to a broad population of people. I mean, if the whole world doesn't become more values driven, then we're heading in the wrong direction. I dedicated my life to sharing the good values that shape children to be healthy so that fewer children carry the scars that I do. So organizing the sharing of these values by the months creates a format so that the months, the 30 days of the months, give a habit-forming period of time dedicated fully to turning the habits not just from actions, but can actually turn them into an integral part of who and what a person is. So that my book, The Habits of Unity, has daily inspirations, whereas the 12 Months of Harmony books by Dee give these beautiful, inspiring stories that bring alive the habits, which are help others, be appreciative, resolve conflicts. In her Months of Harmony series, they're alive with beautiful stories set in the Maine landscape. Dee's 12 Months of Harmony series of beautiful stories from Maine illustrating good values comes out of this book, and yet it offers the same habit formation format for instilling values in a storied and delightful and fanciful, yet practical way to uplift and embrace us all. This is the book, The Habits of Unity, which for adults offers a half a page daily inspiration, and every day is different, but for each month, all of the inspirations in that month are just a little different insight on the same habit. So this isn't a book about habits, it's a habit-forming book. If you read a little bit every day, then you will become more grateful. You'll be more apt to resolve conflicts. You'll be more apt to actually practice these values that will create a world of unity.
I created the stories. The basis of this was to teach a story about gratitude and being grateful. But as it progressed, it's a relationship between a bee. All of the books are based in Maine and Mystic Harbor. So it's a relationship between a bee and this little rose, sea rose, by the name of Toby. I'm going to read an excerpt from this. When my granddaughter, Laura, was one of our very first books, read this book, I said, "Were you sad when Toby died at the end of the season. And she said, no, he's coming back in the spring. But this is geared to an adult young reader, and you'll see this in the narrative. As the final leaves of autumn fall, Toby Rose's petals also surrender to the balance and rhythm of nature, each one floating gently to the frost-kissed earth. The shoreline, which had once thrived with his vibrant colors and fragrant presence, now observes a silent reverence for the cycle that has come to a close. Toby Rose, in his passing, leaves behind not just the memory of beauty, but a meaningful lesson carved into the rugged rocks that sheltered his roots. There is honor in the passing of life and the importance of gratitude for each moment lived under the warmth of a summer sun that still makes me cry.
Made me cry when I first read it.
So what's special to me about this particular book is the evolution and the inspiration that came through. And this turned from a be grateful theme based on the 12 habits into an end-of-life story. We're learning universal lessons based in simple stories about nature. So we have Toby Rose, resolve conflict is, what happens in the pasture when two of the little lambs are bickering. And so they're taught by Elliot, by the way, who's the old goat. They learn the wisdom from the older animals on how to resolve conflict.
Dee, what inspired you to work with Elaine on this?
Well, again, I met Elaine at a homecoming at University of Science and Philosophy, and through her talk and her presentation, I was really drawn to the 12 Habits, which is Elaine's book here. And so I reached out and we contacted each other and spoke. How can we create and collaborate her characters, her habits that are already there, already developed? They've been, oh my God, how many years has this been?
30 years.
30 years.
There are 9 university studies that show when schools and communities practice these 12 habits, more than 2/3 of the entire population feel more connected and cared about. This is real research.
And the research and the resources are on the 12 Habits website. And there's so many free downloads and resources available to families, teachers, that are all based on the 12 Habits. Elaine developed a program where we have a character, like for the month of, we started with March, she had a lamb named Gracie that was the character for the month of March. So I took the character, which was a cartoon character at the time, and the theme of the month, and developed the stories around it. That's how the 12 months of harmony came. So every one of these characters are rooted in this book. So again, for Lady of the Ferns, which is April, the month that Elaine had was a frog by the name of Lady. So that was my jumping off point, is I had a frog and her name was Lady. And from there, I developed the story. So that's how we link together, I think.
Right.
Yes?
I think the story behind the book itself and the work, you could go on the website, you could load out a bookmark that has each of the months, and you can load down materials so that you can literally, you know how people use sticky notes to remind themselves of things? So this is literally using those principles to remind people to practice a higher level of values. One of the great inspirations for my work is Aristotle, because what I observed is that the negative influences in today's world were overwhelmed, but the positive influences are so fragmented that no positive influence is with us long enough to stick and really change ourselves into something better. So Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. So character then is not a single act, but a habit.
What makes these storybooks different from others?
I think they're different because I would relate it to Jesus taught in parables. And why he did is because his audience was simple farming people. So he took complex, universal spiritual ideas and turned them into mustard seeds and mountains and things they could relate to. I think that these books are deceptively simple, even though they appear to be for young readers. When I read that excerpt from Toby, the parent who's reading to the child, these are also influence all of us, no matter what our age is, on being grateful. So it's simple. It's a storybook. It's got vivid illustrations, so a child, a young reader, can enter into it and get it. So complex ideas, just like Jesus' parables, are brought down to simple, readable, entertaining, but really deep concepts come through the stories.
Both series of books are much more than educational. They are spiritually enlightening and build character that is grounded in universal values of harmony. They motivate us to resolve conflicts in March, take care of our environment in April, and to help others in January. Engaging storytelling is enhanced with vivid illustrations. These books foster dialogue and understanding of values and good character across all ages.